In today's video, I'm going to talk with an experienced insurance agent about the most important things that you must know about your homeowner's insurance policy if you really care about protecting your investment. So today we have TJ Klassen. She is here with us from Insurance Centers of America. She has been a licensed insurance agent for over 30 years, so I totally trust her to help me with my homeowner's insurance policy today. Hey TJ, it's great to have you. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. It's good to see you. Let's talk about your home insurance today. It's coming up for renewal very soon. I'd like to go over some coverages and explain some things that go with your home insurance and why the insurance rates have started to go up. If you'd like, let's get started on the dwelling. That's the very first portion on your declaration page. That is everything that's inside your home attached to the structure itself. There is a full replacement cost on the structure. So heaven forbid your house burns to the ground, your house will be rebuilt like kind quality. There's extended coverage on there because we don't know every year from date to date what construction costs and labor costs are going to be. We as the insurance company can only use a replacement cost estimator to get an idea of what it's going to cost to replace your home. The house could burn down. It could be an entire loss. It could be an entire community lost. We don't know what the construction costs would be should you have a total loss. So we include in there what is called extended dwelling. That gives us the option to give you an additional amount of insurance to cover those construction costs. Let's say you have a total loss on your home and the contractor comes out and says it's going to cost us $420,000 to rebuild, but we only have the dwelling at $319,000. There's that built-in costs, so we don't have to worry that your home's not going to be rebuilt to like kind quality. That's what the extended coverage gives us. It would allow your home to be rebuilt like kind quality, even if the construction costs more than $319,000. Now let's talk about other structures. Other structures are things such as a fence, a driveway, a gazebo, a shed, any of those types of things. The next is your personal contents, your personal things. These are your things that you own, your furniture, your linens, your clothing, things you may have in your garage, such as a lawnmower, those types of things. That is your personal contents. Take a house and let's say if you could just turn it upside down, everything that falls out that's not permanently attached to the structure is your personal contents, personal property. That is a coverage that can be lowered or increased to fit your need. Most insurance companies allow us to go as low as 50% of the dwelling. So we can adjust that as needed. We'll talk about those things down the road. Next, let's talk about loss of use. Let's say you have a kitchen fire. And in that kitchen fire, you cannot live in your home for maybe 3 months because it's going to take the contractor 3 months to go and reconstruct the kitchen, take care of the fire damage, everything that happens. The loss of use gives you coverage to stay in an apartment, stay in another home, stay elsewhere so you can live. Some places don't allow pets, so we would make sure we could count for your pets. And we'll pay the rent and the utilities up to 24 months while your home's being reconstructed. During that time frame, you still have a mortgage you have to pay for. You're not paying for the other side. That's very important should there be a total loss. Kitchen fire, it could be anything that could happen out of your control and you need a place to live. If it were only going to take 4 or 5 days, they may just put you up in a hotel that has a kitchenette. It depends on the circumstances. And it also depends on, is it the whole neighborhood that goes up or is it just your home that would have a total loss?
Wow, that's such great information. See, we don't think about like what's going to happen if I can't live at my house anymore, and realizing that this huge investment that I have invested in, like if I had to pay for a second home, a second place to rent plus pay for my mortgage, I mean, I just don't know what I would do, you know.
So let's move on. Let's talk about your personal liability that's on your policy. Personal liability protects you. Should someone come onto your property, invited or uninvited, has something that goes wrong, they decide to sue you. Let's say an example of they come to your property, knock on your door, slip and fall off the step, and now they sue you. Heaven forbid, you should have scraped off the ice and the snow off of your sidewalk, and now it's your fault. The personal liability provides protection for you. The insurance company provides the attorney and provides the legal fees, and should you lose in court, the cost up to $500,000. So let's talk the next step that also goes along with that, which is called medical payments. Medical payments is a good faith coverage. You have some friends over, someone may trip on a rug and they fall and break their arm, and you say, oh, let's go to the hospital right away, or let me call an ambulance. And they just say, oh, no, don't do that. I don't have health insurance. Out of good faith, you can say, don't worry about it. I'll cover it under my homeowner's policy. Let's get you over to the hospital, let you get to the ambulance. That first $5,000, because you have $5,000 of medical payments on your policy, would cover their medical. The personal liability and the medical payments go hand in hand, the good faith. This is only for those that do not live in your household. So you and your husband live in the household. This is not for you. This is for the others that would come to visit. Next coverage we have on your policy is water backup. And then there's another coverage with it called service line or buried utility lines. They kind of go hand in hand, and I'm kind of explain the two of them together. Water backup of sewer and drains. Should that sewer drains back up, get clogged, comes up into your home, we have coverage on your policy to provide that. The other thing is maybe the cause of that backup could be pipes that have collapsed or broken, and now you've got to bring a backhoe out and dig up the pipes from the street to the house and replace those sewer line pipes. Water is one of the biggest claims there is besides wind and hail. Keep in mind, policy covers what damage to your structure. It does not provide coverage if you had a pipe that breaks just because it got old. The cost to bring in a plumber and replace the pipe is not covered under the insurance policy. The damage to your structure could be covered. So that's kind of what water backup and water coverage, and then the service line. But there's other water damages that could happen as well. Other water damages that are not part of this could be a refrigerator ice maker line breaking, and it seeps down below the walls, and you don't catch that for several weeks before you kind of notice something's happened. And all of a sudden you see the kitchen floor is buckling, the tile or the hardwood floor is buckling, and you go, wow, what's going on? And then you see that the water line may have been broken. Other folks you see often their front yards are all dug up. From the line from the street to the house, you're responsible for. And if that corrodes and falls apart, the city's not going to pay for it. You're responsible. Okay, now for deductibles. The deductible on your policy can be, most policies you have $1,000 deductible. You can go with a higher deductible for wind and hail. Oftentimes people have a $2,500 wind and hail deductible just to help offset the overall costs of the premium. We can adjust that to fit your financial needs. We have looked at several different companies, and all the other carriers that we write for were quite a bit more expensive and had less coverage or higher deductibles than what you have right now with the company we have you placed with. We look at your insurance every year, and we're going to quote this every year to make sure we find you the best rates.
I really do feel like you care about getting me the best policy, and thank you for letting me know about how I can shop around to get the best price for my homeowners insurance policy. All right. Well, thank you so much, TJ, for joining us today and explaining all about the homeowners insurance policy with me and everybody here on YouTube. If you felt like TJ's information was very helpful, please give us a thumbs up and like the video. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notifications so you don't miss another video from Advancing Insurance Professionals. Thanks for watching.